Sir, I'm really sorry. Mia stammered as the steaming cup of coffee splashed across the man's crisp white shirt. The restaurant went silent. Forks froze midair, eyes turned. The man didn't flinch. He just sat there, calm, still, too still. "It's okay," he said softly, wiping his shirt with a napkin. His voice was deep, gentle, oddly composed for someone who had just been scalded. Mia grabbed more napkins, panic rising. "I'll get you another one on the house." "I'm so sorry, I didn't—" He smiled faintly. "It's all right. Accidents happen," she noticed then, the way his eyes didn't quite focus. The faint glaze, the careful way he reached for his cane on the table. Her breath caught. "Wait, yes," he said quietly. "I'm blind." If stories like this touch your heart, please take a second to like and subscribe to Broken Chains. Your support helps us share more stories of humanity, kindness, and redemption. The words hit her harder than she expected. The guilt rushed in like a wave. "Oh my God, I didn't know, I swear." "I'm so sorry." He tilted his head, his expression unreadable. "You sound young." "First week?" "Third day," she whispered. He chuckled. "Then you're doing great. You remembered the sugar." She blinked back tears. No one ever spoke to her kindly at this job. The diner's customers were usually impatient, rude, and quick to judge. But this man, this blind stranger, treated her with calm grace she didn't think people like him still had. As she walked away, she couldn't shake the moment. Something about him stayed in her mind all day. That night, as she wiped down the counter, her manager barked, "Mia, you spill one more thing and you're done. We can't afford your mistakes." She bit her lip. "Yes, sir." It wasn't her fault her hands shook when she was exhausted. She worked double shifts, trying to cover her mother's medical bills and rent for their tiny one-bedroom apartment. She sighed, glancing at the clock. Midnight. Another long night. The next morning, Mia arrived early, determined to do better. To her surprise, the blind man from yesterday was already there, sitting at the same table by the window. "Good morning," she said nervously. "You're back," he smiled. "And you remembered my table? Impressive." She laughed softly. "I thought you might want to try a safer server today." He shook his head. "I trust you." The words warmed her. As she served him breakfast, they talked. She learned his name was Ethan Cole, that he used to see once, before a car accident took his sight 5 years ago. He didn't mention family, and his clothes, though simple, were of fine quality. He spoke like someone used to giving orders, not taking them. Halfway through their conversation, he said something that stopped her in her tracks. "You sound tired," he said. "More than just long hours tired," she hesitated. "My mom's sick, cancer. I work nights so I can take her to treatments during the day." He nodded slowly. "You're stronger than you think." Her throat tightened. Nobody ever said things like that to her. Days turned into weeks. Ethan became a regular. He'd ask for Mia's section every time. They talked about everything, music, books, even the sounds of the rain. She began to look forward to his visits. Then one morning, he didn't come. The second day, still no Ethan. By the third, she worried something had happened. On the fourth day, the diner filled with murmurs. A group of sharply dressed men in suits entered, led by someone who looked oddly familiar. Mia froze. The man at the front removed his sunglasses. It was Ethan. Her jaw dropped. "Ethan, what's going on?" Her manager rushed over. "Mr. Cole?" "Welcome, sir. We're honored. Please, right this way." She blinked. "Mr. Cole?" One of the suited men leaned over and whispered, "That's Ethan Cole, the owner of Cole Enterprises. The man practically owns half this city." Her knees nearly gave out. "The blind millionaire?" she whispered. Ethan turned toward her, smiling faintly. "You sound surprised, Mia. I just didn't know." He nodded. "That's why I liked coming here. You didn't treat me like a name." Her manager was trembling. "Sir, if she's done anything to offend—" Ethan raised a hand. "She's the only one here who treated me like a person. She's perfect." The entire diner went silent. Mia's heart raced. He continued. "Mia, I'm opening a new foundation for visually impaired children. I need someone with compassion, someone who doesn't see limitations first. Would you consider helping me run it?" Tears filled her eyes. "Me? But I'm just a waitress." "No. Ethan said gently. You're someone who saw me before you saw my blindness. That's rare. Her hands trembled. I don't know what to say. Say yes. He smiled. Months later, Mia sat beside him in a bright new office. Kids laughed in the next room, the walls painted in color and hope. Her mother was in remission, and Mia had never felt more alive. Sometimes she'd glance at Ethan, watching the way he turned his head when children giggled, how his unseeing eyes still seemed to light up. Once, she asked, "Do you ever miss seeing?" He paused. Sometimes. But meeting you made me realize there are other ways to see. Her heart swelled. She reached across the desk and gently touched his hand. And you helped me see life again, too. He smiled, warm, peaceful. Then we both found what we were looking for.